We have a 2015 Newmar Dutch Star. Only thing we know about this coach is since we bought it. One of the things that we don't know is how were the tanks treated, the black and the gray tanks. Tank Rangers specialize in cleaning your black and gray tanks. It's something that we wanted to have done. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We're here with another service we're having on our RV now. This is a very important one. You've probably heard about people doing this, or maybe you haven't. So we have a 2015 Newmar Dutch Star. Only thing we know about this coach is since we bought it, right? Because we are 100% sure of what we put into this coach and what we know from when we bought it. One of the things that we don't know is how were the tanks treated, the black and the gray tanks. Now, we don't have any issues with our sensors. When we had Nellie, we didn't have any issues with our sensors in the black and gray. We did have with the fresh one time. But we are out at the Liquefied Rally, and one of the vendors that are here are Tank Rangers. Tank Rangers specialize in cleaning your black and gray tanks. It's something that we wanted to have done, especially with this motorhome. Since we didn't buy it new, we don't know what's going on in there. And they're out here, they're going to be cleaning it. We're going to show you exactly the process, what they do, what comes out of our tank. You're going to want to know that. We're going to talk to Tommy from Tank Rangers. He's located here in Texas. They are throughout the country. He's going to explain what he does and why it's so important for a black tank cleaning, gray tank cleaning. Also, what you can do to keep your tanks healthy so you don't have poop pyramids and bad odor inside, something you don't want. It's going to be a very informative video. Stay tuned. Now, there's going to be a lot of information in this video. However, before we continue, we want to make sure you're subscribed, notification bell's on. We have a lot of videos that'll come out. We push out a lot of videos. You're going to get notified when a new video is released. That way you don't miss any of our videos. So we're here with Tommy from Tank Rangers. You do service, we're in New Braunfels now, but Austin.
And San Antonio.
Okay, so there are chains. You guys are a franchise, so
Yes.
if somebody's not in your area, they
Right.
can call and still have it done. So explain, kind of what the first process, what you're doing, and through the whole process of what you're doing.
Okay, so I just drained your black tank for the first time. Now I'm back flushing it with the Valterra reverse flush valve and a water flow meter, so I know exactly how much water I'm putting back into the tank. I'm not guessing at it. I'm not setting a timer on a watch. I know exactly how many gallons I'm putting back in. When you're back flushing your tank, the idea is not to fill your black tank because all of the solids settle at the bottom. So I use, and every tank is different, I use between 15 and 25 gallons of water per back flush to pull all of the solids out. Then once I'm satisfied that all of the solids are out, then we'll move on to the next phase, which is the hydrojetting of the tank. You don't have to use the reverse flush valve. I just prefer it myself. I think it does a better job. You can use your onboard black tank flush, but there's two different methods, two different ways you want to use this flush. Number one, you just open your black tank valve, turn it on, and just let it run. You can walk away from it because it's draining right down the sewage. However, all that's doing is spraying down the sides of your tank, and the water is quick to come out, but you're leaving solids behind, okay? The second method, and you really need to use both if you're going to use this, is to close your black tank, have a water flow meter so you know exactly how much water you're putting in that black tank, and at this point you can't not get distracted. You have to pay attention because it's easy to get distracted by a neighbor that comes up and wants to talk, or maybe a phone call, and you forget about this. Well, if you overfill that tank, you can do a lot of damage and be in a world of hurt, from flooding the RV to cracking your tank to having your tank drop out, so at that point you really want to pay attention when you have this valve closed. Now right now I've got the black tank valve opened, but I'm using this valve right here. I've got it closed, so I'm forcing water back up into the black tank. Again, right now I'm right at about 15 gallons, but I'm not guessing on how much water. I know exactly how much water I'm putting in here. And anytime you've got the tank closed, the gate valve closed, you have to pay attention, and you can't get distracted, or, well, you'll learn the hard way. This is the 1500 PSI jet that we use to go in and actually clean the inside of your tanks out. It's a lot of pressure, but it will not do any damage to the inside of your tanks. It looks like a lot of water, and it's 1500 PSI, but it will in no way damage your tanks whatsoever.
So you basically do like a little catheter.
Yeah, you can call it that.
Up.
Yep. That tank is open. There, it's inside the tank now. Feel and sound. You can hear it when it actually slides in the tank. Are your tank sensors working?
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
So once we're in the tank, you can kind of see what it's breaking up off the bottom of that tank. And that's just a residual buildup that you would expect to see in any RV tank. You know, that's why we recommend having your tanks professionally cleaned out, you know, at least once a year so that we can break all of this stuff up and get it out of your tanks.
Now, I don't know the last time this was cleaned, if it was ever cleaned. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't appear bad. Trust me, I've seen a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse.
Like animals coming out of it.
You can also tell that your residual buildup on the bottom of your tank is not bad at all because I can feel the metal on plastic.
Yes.
If you had a thick layer of buildup, which we do come across quite often, I mean, you literally have to pull this through it to break it up, and it's you can feel the tension in there.
Well, you know, I've been using, right, since I bought this motorhome.
I'm assuming liquefied.
I've been using liquefied, yeah.
Tank Ranger, and I guess like most people, I saw them on Facebook or YouTube or something, and wasn't happy with the product that I used before because I ended up 2 different times in a short period of time with a clogged black tank, and so I switched over to liquefied, and let me tell you, it does what the name implies. It liquefies your solids. Paper or poo, it will break it down to where it just comes out, you know, fluid. It's not solid chunks. I'm through hydrojetting his black tank, and it actually looked pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and back flush it one more time just to pull out anything that my hydrojet broke up inside the tank, and then I'm gonna introduce 8 to 10 gallons of fresh water back into his tank, black tank, close his valve. Now his tank is holding that 8 to 10 gallons of fresh water. You add your tank treatment at that time, and you're good to go till the next go round. I can't stress enough having enough water in your black tank. It helps to break down the solids, and it really helps in mitigating odors in the RV. 8 to 10 gallons may seem excessive, but unless you're boondocking, trust me, water is your #1 best friend in maintaining your holding tanks.
So now you're doing the same exact process on the gray
The
tank.
gray tank, yes.
Yeah, so now the gray tank, I feel, maybe you're gonna get more out of that, I don't know. I gotta tell you with the gray tank, I don't put the gray tank treatment in all the time. I'm very religious in the black tank, but in the gray tank I don't because we're draining it so much.
The biggest thing with the gray tank, when you're cooking, wipe out all of the grease and the food as best you can with a paper towel.
That's what I do.
And throw it in the trash. The same way with your dishes.
With the food, yep.
Wipe them off as best you can, and what little left on the plates and pots and pans, wash your dishes like normal. One of the worst tank jobs I've ever been on was a gray tank, kitchen galley tank that literally had that much grease, and I'm not joking, stacked up on the inside of it.
Yeah, my wife thinks I'm crazy because I will wipe everything down, or I'll put it all in a bowl and then just kind of, you know, dump it somewhere else. I don't, because you can't be putting food down your tank. It's just a holding tank.
Yeah, exactly. Trust me, that grease can build up in these RV holding tanks. And I spent 5 hours on that one tank and pulled out so much grease. It was amazing.
Enough to cook a new meal.
There was enough lard and oil in there. You could have probably fried fish for a year.
So I know there's a big question out there in the RV community. I'll tell you what we do regarding the gray tank. We always keep our gray tank closed, and then once it gets to like 2/3 of full, I'll dump it. So you're the professional on this. What has been your experience? What's your opinion on this?
My opinion is you're better to keep them closed. I understand in the RV world, it's a big debate or topic of discussion. Gray tanks open, gray tanks closed. I can tell you, if you leave any of your tanks open, you're gonna introduce sewer gas and/or sewer flies back into your holding tanks, which ultimately end up inside your RV. If you are dead set on leaving your gray tanks open, then at a minimum, and we can show you over here, build you a P-trap in your stinky slinky, okay? And you want that P-trap to be full of gray water, not poo water, but gray water. And that creates a barrier from sewer gas and sewer flies from coming back up into your RV, which is a real thing. So anyways, if you're dead set on leaving your gray tanks open, at least do a P-trap. I do a P-trap and I leave my tanks closed. Gray tanks, all my tanks closed. So I have 2 barriers to keep sewer gas and sewer flies from coming back up into my rig. And so that's what I suggest.
Now, one other question, depending on the motorhome or RV or travel trailer that you are treating, sometimes you can't get into the gray tank. There's just too many turns, the plumbing is weird. What do you do in a situation like that?
Well, in this situation, I'm going to give you a product by Liquefied. It's their deep tank cleanser, which will go in there and eat away that stuff. Ideally, you would fill your gray tank up, whatever tank you couldn't get into, completely up, put this in and let it soak for up to 72 hours. However, if you're that's if you're stationary. If you're traveling, you could put 15 to 20 gallons, maybe 25 gallons. If you have a bigger 75-gallon tank, you want that tank about a third full, and you could put this product in, and on your way to your next destination, it's just sitting there sloshing back and forth, and it's eating away what's left in your tank. And then when you get set up at your next destination, just drain the tank.
Do you recommend backwashing that tank also if you have the ability to do that?
Not so much on the gray tank,
okay.
But you can do it, about every 3 to 6 months. But the black tank, it's got to be back flushed every time you drain it, every time. And it may require multiple back flushes to pull all those solids out.
Now, if somebody's interested, they're in the area where you service, if you want to give them your contact number and then just an approximate estimate of what it costs to do this.
I serve anywhere between Austin and San Antonio area, and the typical price to come out and clean all of your holding tanks, your black and gray tanks, is $349. Now I will travel a little bit further when need be, and I would charge according in those depending on the situation. But my area is Austin and San Antonio, and anywhere in between.
Good contact number for you.
737-388-5134, or you can Google me, Tank Rangers of Central Texas. I'm located right here in New Braunfels, Texas.
So hopefully you learned something regarding your tanks, and hopefully we were able to answer some, maybe those questions that you had up in the air. We're actually happy that our black tank wasn't that bad. But I'm pretty OCD with back flushing and leaving water in there, but I did learn some things, right? I used to put 5 gallons in there. I'm gonna put like 15 gallons in there and just continue with that. I'm gonna also start using the sensor treatment a little bit more, and definitely the gray tank. I'm not as good using the gray tank treatment. But we want your feedback. Put it in the comments below. Have you ever had a problem with your black tank? Have you ever had your black tank professionally cleaned, even if you didn't have a problem? We want your feedback. If you like videos like this, to the left of us, we're gonna put our RV Essential Upgrades playlist. We're also gonna put our RV DIY playlist. And I'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you on the road.